Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to my Happy Friday show. Yay, it's Friday, everybody. Thank you for being with me here on a somber day, September 11th. I want to first give a little remembrance of this day. And in our own formal fashion, we're going to salute everybody that gave their life. Maybe you lost a loved one or somebody that you knew, but all of the bravery that happened that day. So this is our drink of the day. There's a special reason for why I chose this drink too, because I had this drink or similar one when I was out in San Francisco a few years. We were out in San Francisco a few years ago. So it's called the Pear Naked Sailor. And I just wanted to do that because of all of our West Coast is burning as well. So lots going on in the country. So we needed a little something. So this is our Pear Naked Sailor. I did a combination of spiced rum and gin. And the only gin I had is from a local distillery. And it was barrel aged gin. And it was just perfect for this. Pear juice and then a little lime juice. And then there is ginger beer and just sparkling water. I topped it off with a little, orange bitters or Angostura bitters. It really kind of amplifies the aroma of orange and pear and everything together. Goes really well, and it's kind of like a little introduction to the fall flavors. So cheers, everybody. Happy Friday.
Cheers. So delicious.
It's good, right? It's very good. Nice and balanced. You have that little hint of spice. I normally don't drink a lot of spiced rum, but it's when you put it with a bunch of other stuff, especially ginger, it really amplifies that spiced flavor, and it's so good with a pear. Perfect. It's like those poached pears, those spiced poached pears. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. So we're getting into fall. Fall flavors are kind of my favorite, and can't wait for fall colors here in Minnesota. The one thing I don't like is when the temperatures drop, and they have been kind of dropped for a few days here. So we have to kind of deal with it. And but then I saw the forecast. We'll have 80s next week. So I'll get a little chance to warm back up. But I wanted to talk a little bit about, we talked about September 11th. It was, everybody, of course, remembers where they were when we got the news. I was actually living in Iceland back then. And I was working in my quilt shop. And my daughter was a month old, about a month old. And so I was working in the store and I had her with me, and I was just on the computer, happened to be on the computer when I saw it happen or saw the newscast about it. I could not believe what was happening. And I was supposed to be going to the States like within a month or so to Quilt Market, or a month and a half. So of course everything changed from then on, and it was very interesting. But of course everybody remembers everything about that day. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about, a lot of people have reached out to me about the fires in Oregon. We have fires in Washington and all over California, so I want to send out our deepest condolences to those that have lost their homes. But I just want to just tell everybody that we're all thinking about you. My kids are my son and his wife and my little grandson Johan. They live in kind of the southern part of Portland, so they are right on the border of the kind of, they have these zones, a red and a yellow and a green. They're right on the border of the green zone. So they are still preparing, and they just tell everybody to be ready to jump. So they have things packed up. They're preparing stuff. And but my son's workplace is actually in the middle of the yellow zone. So that is kind of the zone is be ready to run at any moment. And so he told me that they packed everything up, a lot of their inventory, and moved it off site. He had built this robot, so they moved that, and so they are staying home. The air quality is so awful everywhere that everybody's kind of staying indoors, and you don't want to be outdoors. So but they are okay, they are good, and just watching things really closely. We are watching it too. I want to send a special love to our friend Tammy that lost her home, and she has been a part of our crew for a long time, and been to a few of my classes. She was at my retreat last year, and I was heartbroken when I saw her post about losing her house, and especially thinking of all the beautiful work that she has done. I believe that she saved a quilt, her sewing machine, and some projects. But of course, we all can imagine we would never be able to take our whole stash and all of our projects with us. So just want to tell Tammy that we love you. Our hearts go out to you, and we will get you through this and back on your feet. So just really happy to hear that everybody's safe and you made it out okay. Like you said in your post, it's just stuff. It's heartbreaking, but it's just stuff. Everybody's good. So thank you, and thank you for keeping us posted on that. First off, did you watch Tipsy Tuesday on last Tuesday? So I dove deeper into that discussion about the matchmaking. So we talked about the scrappy goodness category of patterns, and it was really great to hear all your feedback. A lot of information, and I hope you enjoyed it. So I did some examples on if I were to pick a pattern or was picking fabrics for a pattern, how I would choose, and it's always good to have a visual. So I hope that you saw that and benefited from it. So I'd love to, if you have any questions on that. I know a lot of people watch after the fact, and if you haven't watched, of course you can look up the Tipsy Tuesday episodes both on Facebook or YouTube, and easiest way to find them is go to the website, and under videos there's a Tipsy Tuesday, just a list of all the episodes with links, direct links. So you can just click right there and get to each episode. So that was really good. Do we have any questions on the Tipsy? I've been working really hard this week on trying to get sewing done, and I now have official deadline dates for photography and such for the new book. So I'm getting to the end, and I'm very excited. So the testing process will be starting here soon, and my quilts are coming and going from the quilter nonstop. And I got one back really fast from my friend Kim and from Cars Quilting here in Chanhassen. And it's amazing. So I have to show you a little bit of it, but I'm just going to show you the back because they did such a fabulous job. But you will see from the back what fabrics are kind of used on the front, because it's kind of a themed fabric line that I used. So yeah, I used some bee fabric. This fabric is coming into store soon, but the fabrics have sunflowers. Look at these sunflowers they quilted in here. Sunflowers and then bees flying. I hope you can see it. It's so beautiful. And then a different pattern in the border, which is these interlaced kind of like a feather and a wave. So it makes kind of like a more modern looking feather. I just love it. So thank you guys for doing this. This was just amazing. So you will see more of this quilt soon, but I love it. And of course it was a very pieced and happy back. I'm really having fun with the backs just as much as the front. So, Mr. HP, how was your cocktail? Cheers.
It's delicious, I must say.
Is there still some in there?
I'm sipping it.
Yeah, good. He's got no snacks on his station right now. He's feeling a little.
Speaking of snacks, I want to show.
Speaking of snacks, oh, he's got something to show you. Oh, we've talked about this before.
This one is so important.
Oh, here it is. This is like the deadly one, because if one of these bags gets open, it will never be anything left over. So he will not stop until it's gone. It's dangerous. So if I want a little bit of it, I have to get my hands full like right away. Otherwise, it's gone. It's gone.
Forget it.
So you don't buy it that often. That's because of that reason.
No, because I can eat a bag a day.
Yeah, we don't want to know how many calories are in a bag. That's not a good idea to check on that. I wanted to also talk about Fast and Furious Club. A lot of folks have been asking me about the kits, and we are getting them together. We're actually cutting and folding as we speak. So, of course, if you're new to it, check it out on the website, the first 3 projects for the months coming up. We have, for the month of September, we have 9 days until the off-kilter runner goes live. And then, of course, for October, we have the fall phallus. Here's the off-kilter. So we will have more Halloween. So we will have more Ghouls and Goodies kits, and that's the one the runner hanging here on the off the shelf. So we will have more of those kits. They're folding them right now, so we will put them online probably later on tonight or over the weekend. And then I'm working on making some orchard kits, and we also have some reef fabric on the way that I've kind of dog tagged for more kits of which I think will be awesome because they're different from all the other ones because they're more brighter and fun colors. So that I'm hoping to get everything listed and cut and listed before our Tuesday show so we can announce it, and then you still have 5 days until the project goes live, so plenty of time to get it to you. So that is the goal on that one. Another new thing that I'm very excited about, I've been talking about it, and that is the new patterns, the paper patterns that we have now. Harmony is now available. No, this is Harmony. Sorry. Harmony is now available in paper. And if you haven't seen my paper patterns before, they're all on one page. So they fold down, full color on each side, and then they open up and all the way up. So they're all on one page. You never lose a page, and it's really nice and handy for me, so that's why I do it. And then the other one is the supersized Nina is now available in printed format. So those of you that have work maybe at a quilt shop or own a quilt shop, now these patterns are available to order wholesale, and they will be with hopefully our distributors in the next couple of weeks. But we have them in stock and ready to roll out. So excited about that. I know a lot of you just kind of prefer paper, so you're waiting on those. So that is what is new. Do we have any questions on any of that? What's the quilt to the right? That is my Rocky Road quilt from Stripology Mixology book. It's the cover quilt. So that is the book sitting right there, and it's that quilt on the cover. So using 2.5-inch strips, I used, and then you need one background fabric, which is the gray. That is a constant. And then just two different variations of strips. I did the light strips that are all kind of white and black, or white with black. And then I just used kind of that lime green and turquoise, aqua and turquoise, really light, and a fun combination, bright and fun combination. Any more pumpkin Fast and Furious kits coming? So for the fall fellas, yes, so we'll be working on that. I just wanted to focus on the runner first because that project is coming out, of course, in September. The fall fellas pattern won't be coming until October 20th, so we have a little time, so I wanted to focus on getting that first. But I've been pulling fabrics for the fun pumpkins in the black with a black pumpkin, so we'll be getting more of that. And then we're getting more of the placemat patterns for the Santa hat placemats. So
will you be selling patterns on Amazon?
Will I be selling patterns on Amazon?
Yeah.
I don't sell on Amazon. No.
She says she lives in the UK.
Oh, in the UK. So no, I don't have an Amazon store in the UK either. So. But of course, all of my patterns are available as PDF if you don't want to pay for the shipping, obviously. I don't know if any UK stores, the quilt shops, carry my patterns. I know a lot of the stores in Scandinavia do, so possibly. I'm not sure. Will there be a pre-order option for the new book? Of course, there will be. We just have to get it all together and all the details. So hopefully, by the beginning of October, mid-October, we'll have some pre-order options. It's got to go to the printer first. Starter kits are not in stock, but we have them up for pre-order. So that includes the bag of the batting and then all the little trinkets that go in the starter kit. And that is a really good deal. So we have secured, we still have some in stock for the pre-order. We're expecting the batting. The batting is also available for pre-order. We're expecting that right at the end of the month. So unfortunately, we'll not have batting before the first project goes live. It's all because it's been delayed. They get the raw products from overseas, and then they have to do all the work on it and add the fusible and then cut it and bag it for us. So hopefully around the end of the month, or October 1st is what we're hearing right now. Are the prayer points easy to make? Absolutely. Everything is easy.
It's
and
G-easy.
It's G-Easy. Exactly. So, of course, with the videos, it's just even if you think something is tricky with the videos, you have that visual, and so it's not hard at all. Not hard at all. You'll have no problem.
When will the book be out?
Will you have autographed copies of the book? Yes. So we usually do this with pre-orders. I did it for my Iceland book and the mixology book. So anybody that orders the pre-orders will get a signed copy. I will sit there and autograph thousands of books. Yes.
When will it be available for purchase?
When the book for the pre-orders, like I said, probably around mid-October. The book, I'm hoping by the end of October, we'll have the book back from the printer.
Yay.
Yes. Hopefully. Are you going to be getting more sheep flannel for backing? Yes. So we had the few bolts that we got now were cut today. So that is going to go up on the website as well. So if you got those notifications, you will get a notification. But don't worry. I know this amount is going to sell out really fast, but we are getting lots more next month. Lots more. Hopefully something that we'll be able to keep in stock for a few weeks at least. Okay, any other questions on this? The drink is Pear Naked Sailor. Pear Naked Sailor. I was trying to remember which restaurant. So when I travel and I go to restaurants and I get a really good cocktail, I always take pictures of the cocktail and then the cocktail list, the menu. You don't get measurements, of course, for cocktails unless you have a really good bartender who wants to share. But I always take a picture, so I have a little file that I stash this stuff away. So I was trying to remember where we had this. I think it was, so we went to San Francisco and we rented bicycles and we biked over the Golden Gate Bridge, and we stopped at a restaurant on the other side, I think somewhere, where we had a cocktail, and then we took the ferry back with the bikes.
You gonna spiral buying the book?
We haven't made a decision on it. We have to get a quote on it. I want to see how much it is pricing wise. I know I don't really want to raise the price of the book, and especially because people can have it done. And what I will do then, just make sure that for those that want to have it done to their books, that there is enough spacing so that it won't kind of, punch holes into the text. So I'm working on it. I'm going to check it out though and see if it's viable and without raising the price of the book that much. All right.
Hit thumbs up on YouTube.
Oh, there's thumbs up on YouTube now? Oh, there's thumbs up on YouTube. Make sure you use that. And also, there's so many questions on how to finding the Friday videos. So make sure if you're watching on YouTube, all you have to do is subscribe and make sure you signed up for notification. That will send you a little notification. Same thing on Facebook. On Fridays, we are in the crew. So make sure you are join the crew, and you can sign up for notifications for the crew as well. And on Tuesdays, we're on GE Quilt Designs in Facebook. So that's the same thing. You can sign up. You make sure you follow that page and sign up for notifications, and then it will just pop up a notification on your phone, and you'll click on it. Oh, Robin is asking, any word on long sleeve Stribology shirts? Yes, they're in production. We finalized all the sizes and the colors, and so they're in production. So hoping to have that soon. And what we'll probably do, because it's really hard for apparel to guess sizes and what's going to be the most popular size. So I'm just ordering a base, and then we'll have it kind of for pre-order, so we know, so everybody that wants one will get one in the size that they want. So they are coming, and also short sleeve. So I went with another cool one that's kind of got a little bit longer sleeve, but a short sleeve. So they're really cute. They're going to be really cute. Do you give fabric requirements for Fast and Furious before the pattern is released if we want to get our own fabric? Yeah, so once you buy the club, whether you do the 9 months or the trimester, the 3 months, you have right away after you purchase, one of the PDF files that will be in your account is a fabric requirements list for the first 3 projects. Now, if you do just one project, you will get the requirements for that project as well. Just wanted to say that I love your bob tip. I'm doing a pattern where it's suggested to sew it with the bias on top, but it just doesn't work as well as when you do bob. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's true. It's all from experience. All the tips I give you is all from my own experience. So bob really, really works. So, all right, we're going to introduce a whole new segment to the Friday show. And that is introduce you to my amazing team that has kept us rolling here during quarantine. And of course, most of them are family members. But nonetheless, I thought that would be fun for you to get to know them a little bit better. And I'm going to start with a young lady that I birthed 19 years ago, right? Good thing I have my math right. So the first one up for our little GE employee introduction is Svana Torsen, my daughter. And she is home for a little bit, so that's why we thought we would start with her. Here's Svana, everybody. Our special guest, in-person guest, actually. And we don't have to be socially distanced. Good. So Svana is going to school, so tell us, everybody, where are you going to school?
I go to school at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg, Florida.
And what are you studying?
A major in marine science, basically marine biology, and then a minor in film studies.
Oh, and her favorite, there's a little special effects going on. Her favorite sea animal is?
Sharks.
She wants to work with sharks.
Great white sharks.
Yeah.
To be specific.
Yeah, I tried to. Thank you, HP.
That was me.
Oh. I tried to I said what about dolphins? But
I mean, I have a dolphin on my shirt.
yeah,
They also need to be saved, but not as much as the sharks do.
Okay, I trust you. Any biology related questions I have about the universe, I go to her. So, and have been doing for a long time anyway. So I know everybody now. You can ask Svana any questions you want, but I wanted to tell you. So her role here within GE Design. So she started off. You were pretty young. I mean, the kids always helped out packing patterns and stuff throughout their life, which they didn't really love until there was a little bit of a paycheck involved. And so Svana, was it junior and senior year?
Yep.
She kind of shipped all my orders. That was kind of before I started carrying fabric, and so so you did a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. And then as I started doing fabric and the fabric bundles, she has come to when we vended at shows and was in the booth at Roach, California last year and the year before. No, just 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. So some of you have met her already, and she, with fabric bundles, she kind of took that on as being kind of the director of how to package them and how they look in the bag. That's important. Look is important, even though it's just coming in your mailbox. But we love that, and so she kind of set the standard for our bundles. All right, so let's see if we have any questions for Svana specifically from you guys. So a lot of you have asked and always ask if my kids sew, and I have to say all of my kids have made a quilt. And you got your first, I forgot about that first sewing machine when T were talking about it. I gave her a real sewing machine for her 7th birthday that you're still sewing on.
Yeah.
But she first got a little pink play one. You're probably like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I took the needle out, and she would just feed fabric through it. It was more like she was just like, go really fast. But I don't know if that machine ever really sewed, but
I feel like it did at one point.
it wasn't a crank one. It was actually had a foot pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pink.
But it was
cute.
like toy plastic. Where you
Yeah, it
could
was
just,
a toy. It was a toy sewing machine. So, I think I took the needle out. I didn't want to even attempt.
So what's her favorite snack?
Oh, what's your favorite snack?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I usually snack on whatever I see, really. But I'd say like barbecue chips.
Barbecue chips.
Those are the best.
Barbecue anything.
Anything barbecue is really
okay,
good.
she puts barbecue sauce on anything. So her favorite as a child, like a baby, which for me was disgusting, was spaghetti with barbecue sauce. And you still eat like rice with barbecue sauce, right?
It's good.
Barbecue pizza?
No.
Yes, it is. A barbecue pizza.
Get some white rice, barbecue sauce, ranch, mix it together, and it's like a fiesta. I'm not kidding. Take some chips with it.
Is Svana an Icelandic name?
Svana is an Icelandic. Say your full name in Icelandic.
Like front to back, entire thing.
Front to back entire thing. Full name, middle name, and last name.
Svanhildur Björk Þórisdóttir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a handful, mouthful.
Sounds Icelandic.
So
to
her
me.
full name is Svanhildur, but we've always called her Svana. She was named after her grandmother, who passed away before I even never knew her either. But so she was always called Svana. So we always called her Svana.
Mm-hmm.
Her middle name is Björk or Bjork, and that's an Icelandic name. It's also my mom's middle name. Yeah, so they're a handful.
What's the most important thing you've learned from your mom?
Ooh, I'd like to know that one.
Whoa. There's a lot. I'd say the biggest one is to trust your instincts about my friends. She's always been right.
Well, that's a good one. You know what? It just happens so that after a while, the kids come back to you and say, Mom, you were right about everything.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know, you've always known, like, our friends. Like, you guys know all these friends and
Mm-hmm.
Geesley's, and then anytime you
It's
met
that
mine, you were like,
intuition, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, you just read people. But,
Do you-
How
miss
secretly
living in
protective you are.
do you miss living in Iceland?
I don't remember it if you're talking about before we moved, but a few times I went and stayed with my dad there for like a summer, and I loved that. That
And
was
you
really
went
fun.
like 2 years ago and stayed for a summer and worked.
Yeah,
Worked
I,
at a
I
restaurant.
stayed there and worked at. I went to Iceland to work at a Thai restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one.
But it was really nice. Like 24-hour sun in the summer. That's really nice.
That's the best. Now, we brought some projects because, like I said, she's had a sewing machine since she was 7. And then, so she made some projects, and of course, she could never follow a pattern. Wonder where she got that from. So she'd always kind of make it up her own. So I brought, so this I found, this is a quilt top that was all dog fabric. You've been collecting dog fabric. Every time I went to the quilt shop, she was with me, of course. And I had to always buy something for her stash because she had a drawer with your collection. And so this, I was looking at the seam allowances. They're a little funny. But you made this all by yourself. Just step back and you can look at it. And it's still not quilted. It's a bunch of dog fabrics because we did not have a dog at that time. And she was really begging for a dog. So everything was about dog, and she's so funny now that there's 2 little black dogs in here, 2 little Kobe's, but it's not quilted. And I even saved the fabric we bought for backing. It's a flannel with a bunch of dogs on it. So now what are we gonna do with this?
I don't know. I think it.
Are you gonna quilt it or am
Probably not.
I? And then I thought we should donate it. We should finish it and donate it.
What's the one in the picture, though?
Huh?
When?
Oh,
is
and
the
wait,
question.
hold on. Let's wait on that one. So then we found this. This was actually, she kind of followed a pattern and made a little,
This is a little elementary
fan-
school.
Yeah, in elementary school. Was this for school or something? And
No.
then she wanted to learn how to quilt it. So I basted it with a little minky on the back, and it's spray basted really tight. And that's where it stayed. It's still just spray basted and hasn't been quilted. Swana loves to start projects, right?
Oh yeah, I can never finish them.
And then there was not a lot of sewing, you know, all through middle school or high school until, was it sophomore year? Summer, after sophomore year, she came to me, Mom, I want to make a quilt for my bed. And I was like, okay, all right. So that was a full-size bed, so we want to make a full-size quilt, and she picked Teen Spirit, so she picked a pattern, which I was surprised, and then that needed like 28 fat quarters, which she took from my collection, and I was like a little attached to some of them, but I decided I didn't say anything. I let her just take them, and it was great. It was a great arrangement, and she got all of the fabrics cut out and in about 2 hours with the stripology ruler. She had never used the ruler before.
Yeah.
And then you started on the blocks, and we found this photo from, I posted this in the crew. There she is back in 2016, and she's got about half of the blocks done. And so then it had been sitting like that for a while until this year, right?
Yep.
Like a couple of months ago. You took it back out, you put the sewing machine up in your room, and you started working on them, right?
Mm-hmm. 3.5 years later.
They're still here. So, you know what? This is my thing. Fabric doesn't go bad. So this can always be worked on, right? And she hasn't asked me to finish it. So I'm not going to do it. So this will just wait for her. Be ready whenever the mood strikes. Next. All right. Any more questions for Savannah? Oh, we have one more quilt. The baby quilt I made for her. So she was in a hurry to get into the world, so I was actually hand sewing the binding in the parking lot of the hospital with contractions, kind of stitching the binding down. But this is my first and only English paper pieced hexie quilt. So it's all hand pieced in the middle. I machine pieced the borders, and I machine quilted it. But it was like a brushed fabric line, and I hand stitched the binding. So that's still, it's very well used. It's getting kind of thin, but she still has it. How many quilts do you have? At school you have?
At school I have 2. One for my bed and one for the beach.
Okay.
Or like not for the beach in the sand, but like the grass.
And then here at home you use about 2?
Yeah. But then I have like 5 in my closet.
That you can't part with?
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Or are you ready to see some fabric? Oh, we wanted to show you, you gotta explain this. So even though Savannah doesn't sew, she's very creative and like draws and does all kinds of stuff. So I wanted to show you this. She's doing a lot of like needlepoint and embroidery, stuff like that.
This was like one of my first tries of being intricate, okay?
And this is your gift to your brother. She stitched his favorite shoe.
Nice work.
Nice job. Mm-hmm.
For the back. Yeah, so I did the whole shoe. I painted the outside to give it like this rainbow and like effect. But yeah, it's like,
it's a canvas with a cross like that.
it's like an embroidery canvas.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah.
So that's it. Thank you for being a guest.
Thank you for having me.
And she leaves for school on September 24th, so which is why she needed to be the first guest.
Bye, everybody.
All right, so I know you're excited to see what we got. So I don't remember if that was Tuesday or last Friday, I showed you the Colette bundle, which was a bunch of grays and pinks. And we ran into a bit of a snafu because we had gotten the shipment from the fabric company thinking it was just like the first shipment. So I listed everything on the website, and then they had 3 fabrics missing from that shipment. So that are sold out and not possible to get them. So we had to contact some people if they wanted to get a partial bundle or if they wanted just to cancel their order. But a lot of folks wanted the partial bundle because it still had that feel of the fabric. So we're going to list the partial bundle, which only has 9 half yards in it. But I just love the feel of this, kind of that pink and gray. So let me show you which fabrics are in the 9. So it has, I think all of the pinks and some of the florals. So the ones that are missing from the 12 bundle are the 2 big florals. So I'll show you, this is how it is right now as the 9. and it's on the website like this now. But it's the ones that were missing were these 3. So these are not, they were in the original, and we are out of that. Unfortunately, the company is out, so these are not included in here, but it's still kind of got the same feel and coolness as the full bundle. So we decided to just list it. And then we have another brand new bundle that I wanted to give a little bit of a heads up first. Now this one I knew was going to be hot, so I wanted to reorder some more before I even got it in. And they were all out, so there was no way to get any more. I don't know if they will reprint it. If they will, I will reorder it. But right now they're just saying sold out. And this line is called Power Play. And I'm going to just apologize because I know it's going to sell out, because I know a lot of you have kids or grandkids that are hockey players. It's a hockey themed fabric. So let me show you. So this is Power Play. It has 10 different fabrics. So this is kind of the main fabric. I think it's just the artwork is so well done. And then so it has the helmets and the gear, and we have the hockey pucks, and we have the hockey sticks and the skates. And then we have these really great plaids. I'm going to show you this one. They have the same the gear, the helmets, and even the trophies in there in the red. And then they have these awesome diagonal plaid and a diagonal stripe. So pretty rare to get both in a line. And then they have this awesome basic tone on tone, which they call cracked ice, in the red and the blue and the light, which has like the cracked ice is in the light blue. So this is called Power Play. So 10 fabrics together, and I just love it. This would be so fun for any hockey lover, but unfortunately we don't have a lot. I know it's going to sell out, so I apologize ahead of time, and I will keep you posted if there's any chance of getting more of this, if they're going to reprint it, because I think it's fabulous. I think it's really great. So that is all we have new. We have lots coming in next week, and I want to give you a little, because Fridays are my little hints and little teasers. We will be sharing lots of fun news coming up this month. So you don't want to miss the show. Just telling you that. So speaking of that, do we have our live winner yet? Ready to go? Yeah. And of course, okay, Beth Henry is our live winner. She gets a $25 gift card to the GE Quilt Design store. Amazing. And just if you're watching, make sure you send us a message either via email or through Facebook, and we will get that gift card out to you digitally so you can start shopping right away. And so our next show will be Tuesdays, Tipsy Tuesday, September 15th. I'm going to keep diving into my matchmaking skills and take on the next category of patterns. And then, of course, the following Friday will be our Happy Friday show, which will be the 18th. Kind of a little warm-up for the launch of Off Kilter Runner for Fast and Furious Club, which will be the 20th. So you're not going to want to miss this next coming week. Other than that, I hope you are going to be enjoying a wonderful weekend in September. Cheers, everybody. West Coast friends, be safe out there and keep us posted. So I guess we got to go shopping now. That's a hint. Yeah, there is a shopping trip in my nearest future, unfortunately. Not my favorite, but cheers, everybody. I'll see you next week.
Bye.